What we're gonna do today is we're gonna make solar eclipse pinhole viewers. And this is probably the safest way to watch the solar eclipse because when you're watching it, you'll actually have your back to the sun. What we're gonna make is something that's going to look like this. And it's actually going to project the solar eclipse on that little white piece of paper. It's going to look something like that. You'll be able to track what the solar eclipse is doing by looking at that little glowing dot there. As long as you get it lined up with the sun just right. Some of the things we need to be really, really careful with, because we have to be very, what's that P word we were talking about with 3D printing? Yes, precision. Some of these things we have to be very precise and use precision. First step, I want everyone to grab the toilet paper roll. There should be enough for everybody. Set your toilet paper roll on that white piece of paper and you're gonna trace around it with a pencil.
I'm terrible at this part. I need to be in camera. Hi!
No.
Very good.
What do you guys think you're gonna do with it?
Cut it out.
You're gonna cut it out. Cut it out as carefully as you can. This part is going to require a little bit of...
Not bad enough. Well, we did the we cut out circles. Well, we traced it, then we cut out a circle.
Before we attach that little circle that you guys just cut out, we have to cut out that little like U-shaped hole. It's almost like a little, you ever see like a little gnome that like goes into like that little tree, the stump, you know? They got that little like...
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. You want to cut out a U-shaped hole on the one edge of your toilet paper roll.
And then we made like a gnome house, kind of that we're gonna put on top and make solar eclipse viewers. And then we put tin foil on the top like this. And then we're gonna put, I think, a rubber band, and then we're gonna poke. And then when we do the solar eclipse, we look through it and you see the solar eclipse.
Alright, this part is going to require a little bit of finesse. We want to take this little circle to the side that you just cut out. Here's the best way to do that. Don't move. Eyes on me, please. Where'd my tape go? Best way to do this, you want to put tape on 3 sides of it before you attach it to the paper towel roll. Eyes on me. That way when you put it on there, put the side that doesn't have tape by the hole and then just, so it should have something that looks like that. Make sense?
Yes.
The idea here is we want to make the only light right now that's getting in there is through that little hole that we cut in the toilet paper roll. That looks better.
I like it. I like mine. How do you like mine? I have one. Mine. Facing the camera.
Alright, so here's, we're going to take that piece of foil and we're going to crumple it over top of that. The idea is I want to crumple the outside part and leave that almost like a drum. Like nice and tight, nice and flat. Make sense?
And I'm really trying not to. Oh, you said a girl.
Tight and flat drum head. Yep, like that.
Cameron.
Come around with a little rubber band. You're going to take 3 fingers, thumb and 2 fingers. You're going to stretch out the rubber band and you're going to put it over top of that. Really, that is just so the tin foil stays on there and doesn't come off.
That's it. Like a drum.
We need to poke a hole. We need to try to make it as circular as possible. We want to poke a hole in the very center of this. If you make a hole that's not going to be circular, it's not going to look as well.
Hold on.
I got it. Who needs a thumbtack for me? Perfect. It looks like Rudolph.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so now.
Ooh, I'll get you.
I'm gonna poke a hole in the camera.
No, don't poke a hole in the camera. We made a teensy little hole. Yeah, they're very small. So, we made this little, kind of looks like a gnome house, but it's a solar eclipse viewer.
It's a piece of paper with a little hole and a toilet paper roll and some foil on the top and a tiny little hole at the top.
You're gonna put your back to the sun and you're going to line this up. You're gonna hold this and you're gonna have to move it around a little bit. So the sun is gonna go through that hole and it's gonna project on the white paper. That's why we used white paper and that's why it was important that we closed up any gaps. That projection is going to be like what I had here. It's just instead of the sun, it was my flashlight. You should end up with something like that. That is your Pinhole Eclipse viewer. So I think the real challenge here is going to be getting these home without destroying them.
Yeah, for sure.